In the pre-dawn hours of September 2, 2022, the city of Memphis, Tennessee, lay quiet beneath a blanket of darkness. The streets were nearly deserted, the usual hum of daily life yet to begin. At 4 a.m., while most residents were still asleep, Eliza Fletcher was already on the move. A dedicated runner, Eliza had made it a habit to start her day with a long run, a ritual she had followed for years. This morning was no different in routine. She set out on her familiar path near the University of Memphis campus, dressed in her usual athletic gear, ready to log her 8 miles. But what unfolded that day would shatter the calm of the city and leave a community searching for answers. Surveillance cameras along her route captured Eliza's steady pace, her focus evident as she ran. Yet, lurking in the shadows was a dark vehicle, its presence ominous and out of place. The SUV circled the neighborhood for nearly 30 minutes before pulling over as Eliza passed by. A man leapt from the vehicle, rushing toward her and forcibly taking her into the car. The vehicle remained stationary for several minutes before speeding away into the early morning gloom. Eliza's phone and water bottle were found abandoned on the path, along with a pair of sandals that did not belong to her. These chilling details marked the beginning of a desperate search that would grip Memphis and beyond. Eliza Fletcher was more than just a victim of a tragic crime. She was a beloved member of her community. At 34 years old, she was a devoted kindergarten teacher, a loving wife to Richard, and a mother to 2 young boys. Her life was filled with purpose and joy. She and Richard had met at church, a place that held special meaning for them both, and in 2014, they were married in that very church. Eliza came from a prominent Memphis family connected to Orgill Incorporated, a major hardware distribution company, but her true passion was teaching. She began her career at Promise Academy in Nashville, where she not only nurtured young minds, but also coached athletics. Later, she returned to Memphis to teach at St. Mary's Episcopal School, one of Tennessee's most respected private schools for girls. In the classroom, Eliza's warmth and enthusiasm were infectious. She was known for filling her lessons with music and laughter, creating an environment where her students felt safe and inspired. Her dedication extended beyond academics. She was a mentor and a friend to many. Outside of school, running was a central part of her life. She trained rigorously, achieving impressive results such as finishing 20th among women in the St. Jude Marathon, a performance that qualified her for the prestigious Boston Marathon. Running was not just exercise for Eliza. It was a form of meditation, a way to center herself and prepare for the day ahead. On that September morning, Eliza's routine was interrupted in the most devastating way. By 6:45 a.m., a cyclist passing along the path noticed the abandoned items, a water bottle, a cell phone, and a pair of Champion sandals. Concerned, he turned back, unaware that these objects were the first clues in a rapidly unfolding tragedy. Within the hour, Richard Fletcher reported Eliza missing. She had not returned from her run, and the items left behind were quickly confirmed to be hers, except for the sandals, which no one recognized. Detectives moved swiftly, reviewing surveillance footage from the area. The images showed Eliza running in her pink top and bluish-purple shorts, her familiar figure moving with purpose. Then the footage revealed the chilling moment when the black SUV pulled over and a man forced her into the vehicle. Though the video was grainy and the early light dim, investigators noted a damaged front headlight on the SUV and a partial license plate, critical details that would guide the investigation. The sandals found at the scene were collected for forensic analysis. Police launched a massive search operation, deploying helicopters, officers on foot, and canvassing neighborhoods. Memphis awoke to the sound of sirens and the sight of law enforcement mobilizing in force. Eliza Fletcher, a cherished teacher, wife, mother, and daughter, was missing, and the city was united in hope and fear. As the news spread, Eliza's family made a public appeal. On behalf of Richard, their children, her parents Adele and Beasley, her brother Gil, and the extended Fletcher family, a heartfelt statement was released. They expressed profound gratitude for the outpouring of support, prayers, and concern from the community. They thanked the Memphis Police Department, Shelby County Sheriff's Office, Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, FBI, and all agencies involved in the search. The family's greatest wish was for Eliza's safe return, and they announced a $50,000 reward for information leading to her recovery. A hotline was established, urging anyone with knowledge to come forward. Investigators set up a mobile command center near the abduction site and released surveillance footage to the public, showing Eliza during her run and images of the black SUV. Eliza's aunt, Jennifer Sink, the city attorney, took to social media to plead for vigilance and tips, emphasizing the importance of community involvement. Local runners expressed their fears, urging caution and recommending that women run in pairs or groups, especially during early morning or late evening hours. The family's reward highlighted the urgency and seriousness of the situation. In the days that followed, law enforcement conducted thorough searches of Eliza and Richard's home, seizing items such as a laptop and the family vehicle as part of the investigation. Despite official statements suggesting the attack was likely random, rumors and speculation circulated online, some accusing Richard of involvement or financial motives related to Eliza's inheritance. These unfounded accusations added pain to a grieving family, already enduring unimaginable loss. However, these doubts were soon dispelled. Police discovered a dark SUV parked in a lot, its damaged headlight matching the surveillance footage. Forensic testing of the sandals left at the scene provided a crucial breakthrough. DNA evidence identified the suspect as 38-year-old Cleotha Abston, also known as Henderson. His criminal history was extensive, dating back to his youth. Abston's record included numerous arrests for theft, aggravated assault, unlawful weapon possession, and a rape charge involving a male victim when he was just 14 years old. Abston's most notorious crime was a kidnapping in 2000 involving attorney Keir Duran, who was forced into a car at gunpoint by Abston and an accomplice. Duran escaped thanks to a passerby and later expressed that he believed he would have been killed if not for that intervention. While serving a 20-year prison sentence, Abston continued troubling behavior, including multiple incidents of indecent exposure. Following his arrest in connection with Eliza's disappearance, Abston was charged with especially aggravated kidnapping and tampering with evidence. Despite being in custody, he refused to cooperate with investigators. The search for Eliza continued, weighing heavily on her family and the community clinging to hope. Abston's bond was set at $500,000. By the third day after Eliza vanished, the search had expanded into a multi-agency operation with the FBI joining Memphis Police and the Shelby County Sheriff's Office. Agents cross-referenced Abston's phone data with locations connected to Eliza. On September 5th, 4 days after Eliza was last seen, law enforcement discovered human remains behind a vacant duplex about 7 miles from the abduction site. Forensic examination confirmed the remains were Eliza's. The condition of her body revealed the brutality of the crime: a gunshot wound to the head, fractures to her jaw, and injuries to her legs. Her running shorts were found in a discarded bag nearby. Toxicology reports showed fentanyl in her system, though investigators could not determine how long it had been present or if it played a role. Friends and family insisted Eliza never used drugs, and police believe she was assaulted during the time Abston's vehicle was parked at the scene. Digital evidence placed Abston's phone at the locations where Eliza was taken and where her body was found. Witnesses recalled seeing him acting suspiciously. Neighbors described how he cleaned his SUV's interior with strong floor cleaner, and his brother Mario noticed him washing clothes in a sink just hours after the abduction. With mounting evidence, charges against Abston escalated. In addition to kidnapping and tampering, he was indicted for first-degree murder. Further charges included identity theft, theft of property under $1,000, and fraudulent use of a credit card. Mario Abston, though not implicated in Eliza's death, was arrested. Separately on serious drug and weapons offenses, including possession with intent to distribute fentanyl and heroin, and possession of a firearm during a dangerous felony. The case sent shockwaves through Memphis. What began as a morning run became a tragedy that shook the city's sense of safety. Families were fearful, runners unsettled, and the outcry extended beyond Tennessee. 1 week later, hundreds gathered in Memphis for Let's Finish Eliza's Run, an event retracing the route she had planned that morning. The 8.2-mile run was a tribute to her memory, spirit, and light. Runners, walkers, and families united to reclaim the streets and demonstrate community strength in the face of loss. Meanwhile, the legal process against Abston moved forward. Despite overwhelming evidence, he pleaded not guilty initially. His trial was scheduled for February 2025, with prosecutors seeking the death penalty. However, the case deepened when Abston was charged with another crime, the aggravated rape and kidnapping of Eliza Franklin in 2021. Eliza had bravely reported the assault, but delays in processing her sexual assault kit meant the DNA match to Abston was not entered into the national database until September 5, 2022, 3 days after Eliza's abduction, by which time it was too late. Eliza filed a lawsuit against the city of Memphis and its police department, arguing that proper handling of her case would have kept Abston behind bars and saved Eliza's life. Her lawyer condemned the systemic failure, stating authorities knew who the perpetrator was but did nothing, resulting in Eliza's murder. In 2023, a Memphis jury found Abston guilty of aggravated rape, kidnapping, and unlawful firearm possession. He was sentenced to 80 years in prison for those crimes. As this conviction was handed down, Abston's defense team advised him to change his plea in Eliza's case, acknowledging the overwhelming evidence. At the end of 2024, Abston pled guilty to all charges related to Eliza's kidnapping and murder. He was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. Throughout the proceedings, Abston showed no emotion, sitting expressionless as he had at every hearing. Eliza's family issued a powerful statement. "We have no idea what happened to you to turn you into someone so filled with a desire to hurt people. Whatever it was, it does not excuse or explain what you have done. You have changed our lives forever, and nothing will ever be the same. You murdered Eliza, even though she did nothing to deserve it. She did not hurt you. In fact, she would have been the first to help you if you needed it." The district attorney confirmed Abston waived his right to appeal, ensuring no lengthy legal battles or delays. He will never be released and will spend the rest of his life behind bars. In the aftermath, Tennessee lawmakers enacted new legislation requiring the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation to release quarterly reports on sexual assault kit testing times, aiming to prevent delays like those that allowed Abston to remain free. Eliza Fletcher's murder became a chilling reminder of the consequences when systemic failures allow dangerous offenders to slip through. With his long history of violent crimes, many believed Abston had no intention of stopping. Eliza's family remembered her as a beacon of light, whose smile radiated happiness, comfort, and energy. She was a devoted wife, loving mother, cherished daughter, sister, teacher, and friend. Her school families, colleagues, church, and community spoke of her kindness, compassion, and unwavering faith. She meant so much to so many, and without her, the world feels just a little less bright. Thank you for joining us. Subscribe now for more in-depth investigations.